Okay, so it never works out this way. I always wind up doing a bunch of videos. But after today's video, barring the game, of course, we're still doing the game every Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Not on the nose, because it's never on the nose. I wind up talking to the guys for about 5-10 minutes each day. But nevertheless, right? Thursdays, we're still doing the game. But after today, I'm going to go dark. Again, probably not. How many times have I said this and I wind up doing a video every day anyway? Because if something important happens that I want to talk about, I'm going to talk about it. But nevertheless, I'm going dark after this because I'm working on a project. I'm working on a documentary. Maybe. I mean, I always say I'm working on a documentary and then it's like a 10-minute video. So, but this is going to be a little bit more in depth. I'm comparing two movies, Jurassic Park and Jurassic World. I'm comparing them culturally. Because they're pretty much the exact same movie when it comes down to the broader strokes of the story, right? But culturally, they're vastly different movies. And I think it kind of shows where we've gone as a culture. Because it's a huge swing. By the end of it, you're going to be like, holy shit. So, I'm doing that, right? And I'm working on notes right now. I've got a page and a half of notes on Jurassic World. I've got a whole lot of notes written in my head on both movies, but nevertheless. And then I'm going to clip it out with, video and everything. Whatever, YouTube be damned. I mean, if they take it down or whatever, I'll put it up on BitChute and we'll see what happens then. I don't fucking know. But nevertheless, I'm going to be using video clips and everything. I'm not doing the slideshow thing for this. So this could wind up being fairly legit. So anyways, I'm working on that after today. Today though, I thought of a serious question. A lot of people are going to think that I'm joking. I'm not joking. It's funny to me. I'll admit I'm going to laugh throughout the course of this because it's funny to me. But nevertheless, it is a serious question. I'm asking a serious question, right? So now we have Elliot Page, right? Ellen Page, transition now Elliot Page. And I want to ask the same question again that I don't feel that I was satisfactorily answered with Caitlyn Jenner, right? Bruce Jenner became Caitlyn Jenner. Now, Bruce Jenner and Ellen Page were both famous people, right? Bruce Jenner, all manner of gold medals. Ellen Page, all manner of movies, right? So now that Bruce Jenner is Caitlyn Jenner and Ellen Page is Elliot Page, right? I'm fine with calling Caitlyn Jenner, whatever. I'm fine with Elliot Page being Elliot Page, whatever. Hey, welcome to the ranks of the straight white men. Sucks to be here. You're going to find that out very fucking soon. Nevertheless, you know what I mean? Like, there we are. That's the reality they live in, and that's the reality that they put out to the world. So I can either be a dick and constantly piss on their reality, or I can just go, whatever, you do what you want to do with your life. I don't fucking care. I'm doing my thing, right? So I opt for plan B, whatever. I don't care what she does. But nevertheless, like, transgender people get very, very offended when you dead name them, as they call it. Use their old name. But Juno was starring Elliot Page. Like, that's a fact. That was the movie with Elliot Page. Ellen Page. If you look at the cast, it'll say Ellen Page. Like, and if IMDb swaps it and now it's Elliot Page, then it's going to be weird because in the movie, in the credits, Ellen Page. And she's a girl in the movie. But he's a dude now. So, like, is he going to get offended if I talk about Ellen Page in a movie? Because what the fuck am I supposed to do then? Because I can't really reasonably say this is starring Elliot Page until Elliot Page makes some movies. So I would have to say this is starring Ellen Page, who is now Elliot Page. I guess would be the way I'd do it. Whatever. Nevertheless, it's Ellen Page. Like, it's when famous people do this, like when nobody does this, Whatever. This is nobody. When a famous person does this, as far as I'm concerned, I gotta ask these questions. Like, because Caitlyn Jenner didn't win any fucking gold medals. Not a goddamn one. Bruce Jenner won a shit ton of gold medals. So I am not going to attribute Bruce Jenner's medals to Caitlyn Jenner because Caitlyn didn't do it. You know what I mean? Like, in the record books, Bruce Jenner. So, and if you want to change the name to Caitlyn Jenner, that's going to be fucking weird for all the people who now lost to a girl. And now all of a sudden a girl has all these gold medals in men's athletics. Which is weird. You know, like, I mean, certainly not going to ask Caitlyn Jenner to give back all of Bruce's awards. And we're not going to ask Elliot Page to, you know, denounce his taking part in any of his roles. You know, we're not going to take all of Elliot's money away because technically Elliot didn't make it. Ellen did. Like, we're not going to do that. It's still the same person. But it's technically not the same person. But it's not because of me. It's because of them. They're saying they're different people. I still see them as the same people. Whatever. I call them by a different name and they look different now. I don't give a shit. Like, that doesn't matter to me. But they're saying they're totally different people. So, like, then what are these people famous for? Nothing. So, like, does anybody give a fuck about Elliot Page? What has Elliot Page done? Not a goddamn thing. So why the fuck is Elliot Page in the news? Who gives a shit about Elliot Page? Elliot Page has not accomplished anything. Right? It's just, it's like, it's so weird. At some point, we kind of have to be realistic about shit. At some point, we have to realize the earth is round. Because there's seasons, and you can't explain it on a flat model. And every time I bring this up, all the flat earthers say all sorts of not answering that question. Explain to me seasons in your flat model. We will not go forward until then. When you begin to wrap that flat model around a ball, however, you'll be able to understand the seasons. Nevertheless. So, yeah, like, it's just... What are we doing here? Like, so, okay, so now Elliot Page is famous, like, kind of like the Kardashians, for doing nothing, really. So, Elliot Page is just a transgender person that's famous for being transgender. That's what we have now. Because he didn't do shit. Ellen Page, a woman, made all of his accomplishments, and now a dude is just living off of her hard work. Oh, it's just despicable. I like what Michael Knowles said. He's like, this straight white man has been stealing lesbian and female roles for years now. I don't know. Again, it's just, it's one of those things. Like, when famous people do it, I don't know the rules for that. I know the rules for just kind of don't really gender anybody, right? Just don't fucking bother to do it because who cares? Fuck off. And if you do, you know, make sure you're going with how they present, not how they sound or how they look. And that, you know, I understand that's difficult sometimes. But, man, gotta do what you can do. And, woman, you gotta do what you can do, too. And, other, you gotta do what you do. Whatever it is you do. I don't know. But, I don't know, man. It's just fucking, like, it was just so silly to me because I'm watching this video about Elliot Page, and I'm like, well, who gives a fuck about Elliot Page? Elliot Page doesn't do anything. I don't know. Tell me what you think in the comments. I'll enjoy that shit. But nevertheless, I gotta go watch Jurassic Park now because it's for research. See, this is why I wish this was my job. This is why I wish, I guess, that I was either apolitical, which would make no sense because I do political content, and even this is a political thing, so... What are you gonna do? And or that somehow there we could have fairness, so that I could actually like push myself and stuff like that. Because man, I would love it if this was my job. I want to watch Jurassic Park like 5 times, and I'm gonna watch Jurassic World like 5 times over the course of a week. And I'm gonna really know those movies backward and forward. I'm gonna do this whole thing and take notes. I'm gonna figure out a script, figure out which clips I want to take out, which I want to not bother with, and what's important, and how they fit, and what do we do, and how do we compare them, this, that, and the other thing. And then I have to actually build the whole fucking video after I record it. So it's like I'm gonna put a shit ton of work into this, and maybe a couple hundred people will see it, and that's cool. But I don't dare ask you guys to share it out because God forbid it actually is good and I get a whole lot of fucking something out of it. God forbid I actually get pressed, because that'll be the end of it. I'll be done. I just won't get to do it anymore. Nobody will have me. I'll just be gone. I'll talk about how fucking shit our society is, and I'll point at the appropriate people for the reason why. And that's going to be my ass. Somehow I'll be punished for that. I didn't ruin society. Y'all ruined society. I just saw it portrayed in a movie that is damn near identical to the movie that came out a couple of decades later that is vastly different. So, like, it sucks. It sucks when it comes down to it. You know what I mean? Whatever. It's important stuff lost to the sands of time. Like tears in the rain.